And now we're going to take a hukam for the day. This is a reading from the Siddhi Guru Granth, which is the Guru of the Sikhs, and it's the universal teachings of divine consciousness. And I'm going to take the hukam, and this is our order for the day. Shloka, true in the prime, true in the beginning of ages, true he is even now, and true he shall verily be, O Nanak. Ashtapadi, true are the Lord's feet, and true is he who touches them. True is his worship, and true the worshipper. True is his sight, and true the beholder thereof. True is his name, and true is he who meditates on it. He himself is true, and true is everything that he sustains. He himself is goodness, and himself the bestower of goodness. True is the Lord's word, and true its utterer. True are the ears that hear the praise of the true one. To him who understands the Lord, all is truth. Nanak, true, true is he, the Lord. He who in his heart believes in the embodiment of truth, God, recognizes the cause of causes as the root of all, into whose heart the faith in the Lord has entered, unto the mind of him the essence of divine knowledge is revealed. Shedding fear, he abides fearlessly, and is absorbed in him from whom he sprang. When a thing blends with another of its own kind, that cannot be said to be separated from it. Only an acute discerner understands it. By meeting the omnipresent Lord, Nanak has become one with him. Lord slave is ever obedient to him. Lord slave is ever an adorner of his. Lord slave has faith within his mind. Pure is the way of life of Lord slave. The slave knows that his Lord is ever with him. Lord servant abides in love with his name. Of his servant the Lord is the cherisher. The formless Lord preserves the honor of his slave. He is the servant unto whom the Lord shows mercy. Nanak, that slave remembers the Lord at every breath. Of his servant the Lord screens the faults. Of his servant he assuredly preserves the honor. Of his attendant the Lord bestows glory. He causes his attendant to remember his name. Of his serf he himself preserves the honor. His condition and measure no one knows. None is equal to Lord's servant. Lord's slaves are the highest of the high. He whom the Lord applies to his service, Nanak, that servant is renowned in the 10 directions. If God infuses might in the tiny ant, it can reduce to ashes armies of millions of men, whose breath life he himself likes not to end. Holding out his hand, the Lord preserves him. The man makes efforts of many kinds, but his doings go in vain. None else can kill or preserve but God. Of all the sentient beings, that Lord is the protector. Why entertainest thou anxiety, O mortal? Nanak, meditate thou on the invisible and wonderful Lord. Again and again and again utter thou Lord's name. By drinking the name nectar, this soul and body are sated. He who receives the name jewel, that Guru ward, beholds no other than God. The name is his wealth, and the name his beauty and delight. The name is his comfort, and God's name his comrade. The persons who are satiated with the name nectar, their body and soul merge in the name alone. To repeat the name while standing, sitting, and sleeping, says Nanak, is ever the avocation of God's slave. Utter thou Lord's praise with thy tongue day and night. This is the gift that the Lord has conferred on his serf. He performs devotional service with heartfelt yearning, and remains absorbed with his Lord. He knows that the past and the present, and recognizes the order of his Lord. Who can narrate his praise? I know not how to describe even one of his excellences. They who abide in the presence of the Lord the whole day long, says Nanak, They are the perfect persons. O my soul, seek thou their protection. Give thy heart and body unto those persons. The man who recognizes his Lord, that man is the giver of all the things. In the sanctuary thou shalt find all the comforts. In his sanctuary thou shalt find all the comforts. By his sight all the sins shall be blotted out. Renounce thou all other cleverness. Attach thyself to the service of that slave. Thy coming and going shall come to an end. Nanak, ever worship the feet of the slave of the Lord. Attach thyself to the service of that slave. Thy coming and going shall come to an end. Nanak, ever worship the feet of the slave of the Lord. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. That's your order for the day.